Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Road to Glory, episode number 84, and we will be continuing on in our journey through the Weekend League today. Now, if you missed the last episode, I'll leave a link in the top corner. We signed one of our biggest players yet on the series, and if you did miss it and you've just seen the transition into the non-blurred out bit, well, you can see it's Gareth Bale. So, yeah, you maybe don't need to go back and watch now. But basically, this is what the team is looking like. I have two players that are off chemistry, as you know, Manolas and Kante, but they're both on 8 chem, so that's absolutely fine to me. Instead of +5s on their chemistry boost, they're getting +4s, and it's just like, it's not that big a deal. So I went and picked up a couple of Liverpool players. I sniped them. I put the ghillie suit on, whipped the sniper out, and got a couple of cheap Liverpool players, because they were going for like 2,000 coins at one point, just to complete a couple of new SBCs that came out on Friday night for a UCL 3-player pack, and also a rare gold pack, which I think is like the 25k pack that isn't all players, but everything in the pack is rare. So that was like, yeah, maybe we could get some consumables, maybe we can get some squad fitnesses, that would be nice. So towards goal is completed for a UCL 3-player pack, and like I said, even if it doesn't seem like amazing value, a lot of the time I will still go ahead and do the SBC if I've got most of the stuff in my club, because I do like the risk of potentially getting something good, or, you know, kind of just breaking even, really. Even if you lose a little bit, I like the risk of maybe getting something in the packs, as long as the packs are good enough. And I deem these ones to be good enough. So, from the spot is completed as well. And if you guys wouldn't mind smashing a thumbs up on the video, your target for this episode is going to be quite high again. It's going to be 1,491 likes. If you can make that happen, that'd be brilliant. Now, that is your challenge. Go ahead, smash the thumbs up button. So, we actually get an 85 rated Diego Costa from the rare gold pack, which I wasn't expecting. I'm not going to lie. I really did it so that I could get some consumables. But that's a player that's nearly 10,000 coins. And, well, if Footmas SBCs happen again like they have done in previous years, players like that just skyrocket during that time if they're used every single day for SBC. So maybe I'll hold on to him for a little bit, and then we go ahead and get our tradable UCL pack. We get Brazilian right wing, and for some reason I had my, like, in my head I was like Willian, but then I remembered, unfortunately for Chelsea, they're not in the Champions League, are they? So it was never going to be him. But we get David Neres from Ajax and a couple of other players. I actually got a Napoli player, which might have been useful for the one which was Liverpool-Napoli in the SBC, but he didn't actually sell for any more, really. It was like under 2,000 coins. So I was like, yeah, I'll hold on to him for now. So we go on into another Weekend League game. As you know, if you watched the last episode, we are at 4-0, I think. Yeah, we started off at 4-0, and it was kind of like comically easy at the very start, because we got like rage quits against skillers who weren't really like playing in a competitive manner and stuff. Very odd, but this game right here that I went into was a little bit more challenging to begin with. He smashes the bar right off the start, but a good save, to be fair, from my goalkeeper. But then, like, I didn't even time that one from Gareth Bale. I just put a lot of power on it and held the RB button, and he just timed it himself, really. Like, there was no green there, it just flew into the back of the net. But I could tell that my opponent was ready and raring to hit some green time shots, because a couple of times he did get through and I managed to block them, but you can tell that he was going for a finesse and he was going for a timed one. So obviously I knew that I was up against competition that was, you know, like me, will use and abuse that until it's patched, and obviously Neymar gets an opportunity here. That was only yellow, so I'm actually really surprised that went in, but that might be due to the goalkeeper that he had. I can't remember who he had in net, but someone like Courtois saves that like 9 times out of 10. So I was surprised that Neymar goal went in. Neymar then pushes through into the box. Look how tricky he is. Look how agile he is. And then Bobby Firmino again with the yellow. Like, that one was always going to go in if it was yellow, white or green, just because like, the amount of power that I put on there was perfect for it to go into the top corner, and that's really what it's all about. So as you can see, in a game which was super even, me getting into the space and not getting my shots blocked versus me being able to block my opponents was the difference between me getting a 3-0 win and a rage quit. So it's I don't know, it's kind of strange. Next game we come up against, I was worried about when I saw his defense, when I saw that he had like the Varane and Van Dijk partnership. I was like, oh no, it's just that they're so good, and that would be something that I would love to have on the road to glory. That is an area of the team which I would like to change, but it is going to take a few coins. Like, in order to get a Varane or in order to get a Van Dijk, it does cost nearly 200,000 coins for one of them. So, and then like, we've saved money in our squad because we've got Red Chesney, who's like a 50, 60k player probably. I get given a penalty there. I won the header, but apparently Marcelo took me out. And I guess my opponent had no idea what, like, nothing to do with that really. And it was just a case of I got kind of lucky and gifted a penalty, of which Neymar slotted in the corner and we equalise on this guy. Now, I then get kind of lucky again, smack it with Aubameyang. And the way that Courtois dived there makes me feel like he was moving his goalkeeper, because it just seemed like he was all out of position and sort of not really knowing what he was on about and what he was doing. And I actually moved Chesney right there. I'm not sure if he moved in time or not, but I moved him left, and somehow we blocked what I thought was going to be a certain goal from my opponent. So yeah, 2-1 up at half time. Moving into the second half, another guy that was quite good with his finesse shots, but they were just going wide, unfortunately for him, or fortunately for us. And then Neymar plays it on through into an open Alex Pato, who just turns around the outside of the defender, and that right there kind of summed it up for me that, yeah, he was moving his goalkeeper, because once again I hit it near post. It goes in off the bar, but for him to be moving his goalie the wrong way seemed a bit weird to me. But you've all seen me concede goals where I basically move the goalkeeper away and leave the opponent with an open goal. It's a very difficult technique to master. I actually don't think it should be in the game. And I've been talking to a bunch of my mates about this, actually, and we were sort of saying that if a goalkeeper has a goalkeeping positioning stat, like, that should count for something, right? Whereas at the moment you can create your own goalkeeper positioning stat by moving him yourself, and I'm not sure I really like that. But then I also don't mind the fact that it's less AI, involvement, and there's a little bit more manual involvement there, and you could potentially stop stuff from happening yourself. So I don't know where I really stand on that. All I know is that it does annoy me when I'm trying to abuse the finesse shots and someone moves their goalkeeper in the way. Next match I go into, I get done in here. This is a really nice team. It's a mega squad with R9 up front. He's got Gareth Bale. He's got Eden Hazard, Sergio Busquets, who's got loads of pace right now. Just an all-around class team. Like, I would love a team like that. And I can imagine that baby R9 is awesome on this game just because he's more agile than the other two. I just feel like he would probably be a very, very good striker on FIFA 19. And he was quite difficult to handle, I'm not going to lie. The combo between him and Bale was great. And my opponent did equalise on me. Even though I got that early goal, he was able to run down the other end and score again. To be fair, it was a very even game. My opponent got an opportunity. I got an opportunity. We were somehow saving them. I mean, this was a score a volley there with Fabinho, who you never really expect to score a volley. So I felt relatively lucky that happened. And then I get through with Neymar here. But look, the aggressiveness and the amount of pace that his defenders had and stuff stopped me from going 3-1 up there. That was brilliant defending. And I don't know if I could have really struck it earlier with Neymar, but it didn't quite work out for me. However, Bale, working nicely with Bobby Firmino, gets himself an opportunity to hit the finesse, which I was really struggling to get against, again, because he was so aggressive with his defenders. But I finally worked the chance, and obviously we come away with the goal. And literally a moment or two later, Fabinho plays it in. I spot a first time opportunity, so I took that with Bale. And against a crazy mega squad, we're 4-1 up, and he rage quits on me. So I'm like, whoa, that was unexpected. I genuinely thought I was going to be coming to my first loss of the weekend league in that game right there. So I go straight on in once again to another match, and this time we're up against a mix between the Premier League and La Liga, with actually the flashback Pato up top as well. It's a nice team. I couldn't work out in my head what formation this guy was actually going to play in game, and I think it turns out that he just stuck with the 4-4-2, which can be a decent formation, but I can never really use it very well, and I'm definitely growing on this 4-2-3-1. It seems great to have, especially when you've got these first time finesse shots, which I abuse so often. Having that player that's slightly wider out there, like right here, Bale, I could have probably taken a shot from that angle right there. Instead, we worked it a little bit further to get one which was more likely to go in from Aubameyang. But having those two slightly wider players rather than the very narrow 4-1-2-1-2 that I'm used to, but it's not so wide that it's a 4-4-2 or something, means that I have got players in the perfect position to hit those first time finesses. And to be fair, it was coming up against a pro in one of my first weekend leagues and getting smashed by that, which kind of made me realise that I needed to change that and add that to my game. And I'm sure that if you guys have been watching like the Bucharest, like the FUT Champions Cup stuff over the last couple of weeks, I'm sure you can also see where you can use and abuse the mechanics to your advantage in the weekend league and hopefully get some more success and get some wins for yourself and stuff. But 3-0 after 56 minutes, my opponent quits again. I've had quite a lot of rage quits in this weekend league, and I'm really playing some decent FIFA, getting into the spots to then use the mechanics to my advantage. And then I come up against this guy, and looking off the bat, like, it's not full of special items, but it is full of meta players that are very, very good. And I could tell that he was going to be a 4-2-3-1 with Matuidi and Fabinho holding for this guy. Early doors, I realised I was in trouble. I was definitely in trouble. I was getting lack-rocketed left, right and centre. I genuinely had hardly any of the ball, wasn't creating anything for myself, and was genuinely struggling to get out of my own 18-yard box. He was that good. Mbappe impressed the hell out of me in this game. Was so quick, to the point where I was even thinking, you know, we could get rid of Bale and bring Mbappe back in, bring in that Lala, who I really like, at right back, and that might bring Kante up to full chem, which brings Fabinho into full chem, and I would only have Manolas off chem at that point in time. So there's potential there if I do find that Bale's not quite cutting it towards the end of this weekend league or something, because I think we could just about afford to do that as well. It'd probably be just a straight up swap. Bale's a little bit less expensive than Mbappe, but then again, Carvajal's more expensive than Lala, so we could switch it around. Plus, we've got 120k at our disposal as well at the moment. But this game was like, I was definitely up against a better opponent who should have smashed me 5-0, I'm not going to lie. But the goals that he did score pissed me off. They annoyed me because they were like tragic goals where I thought I'd blocked one on the line, and then the second one was just like he assisted himself off the post. So it was just kind of going against me like that. But really, the goals that he was scoring, or that he wasn't scoring, should I say, he should have been scoring. So I don't know how this game was annoying me, because I really should have lost. And I score a red time finesse to make this one go to extra time, and it just wasn't deserved. Look at the stats of this game. I'm getting demolished by this guy, and he gets through here with Lucas. Takes the shot, it hits the bar, and I'm like, okay, we're off scot-free here. But somehow I think I'd put a tackle in, which I'm not even sure touched Lucas, but I guess it did. Ref gave a penalty, and he slots it down the middle. With only 10 minutes to go, I had to go fully attacking. He held the ball nicely for the last few minutes, and I got the deserved loss, but it really wound me up. I hate going into games which go to extra time and then losing, because it feels like such a waste of time. So overall, I'm really happy that on a Friday I went 9-1, or 8-1 should I say, in my first 9 games. Bale has got 8 goals and 3 assists in 11. That's not huge amounts, you know. And Neymar's still killing it. Firmino's still killing it. Fabinho's actually got really good goals to game and assist ratio for a DM. And then Aubameyang obviously still doing great work as well. But yeah, Bale is good, and I really like him for the aerial ability and stuff, but I wouldn't say he's changing the game as much as someone like Salah was, or probably doing better than what Mahrez was doing, to be fair. But I don't know. I don't know if he's the right player for me or not. Like, I will continue with him this weekend league, but like I said, that idea of Mbappe and stuff, after just getting destroyed by him for a whole game and knowing how quick he was, and maybe adding that to my game as well, it could be a route for us to go. So guys, smash a thumbs up on the video if you do enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Have a lovely day. I'll catch you lovely people next time. Peace.